Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do is push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
Consistent times 10. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Coach Lee. It's a Monday night. Welcome to the O.T.S.B.S Show. Little bit serious tonight because I got to be messy. If anybody can be messy right about now, it's me. So, with that being said, hey, got something for my boy coming up here next. He needs the ultimate introduction.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Man, what's up, Uncle Leroy?
See, you just made me go, I gotta change my wardrobe, man, goddamn it. You know what? It's the fall, but you know what? I'm about to look like it's got doggone wintertime, man. I can't believe you put that crap on before. Hold on, wait, wrong one. But hey, you should do Uncle Leroy. Don't say the Leroy without the Junior, man. And look, we back on this Monday, the O.T.S.B.S Show, and we're twinsy. So you know it's gonna be a weird show. We both some kind of way got red Sports Talk and Friends shirt. But look, we can't get this thing started before we scream way up there, all the way to the Boston Globe. And home of the Boston Big B, man. Let's get two up in this thing, man. What's good? What's good?
What's up, everybody? It's Monday. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Oh, it's terrible.
Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? You know what I'm saying? Mr. Rogers, Mr. Dak's neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? This is that bull crap today. Man. You knew it was some hot fire today.
Hot fire.
Hot boys.
Hot. Hey! Look, hot fire. Look, until y'all get one of these, bam! You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Till y'all get one of them, a recent one. Don't tell me about one back when it was time of the CD.
One before y'all do.
Wasn't that like the least watched Super Bowl all time?
I'm sorry?
Wasn't that like the least watched Super Bowl all time?
Yeah, you must be a Dallas Cowboy fan because y'all know all the stats.
I'm asking the question. I don't know. I'm being real.
I don't know either.
Being real right now. I don't know.
Hey, well, you know what? How about here? I got a pillow for you to sleep on for me to sleep on while you tell me this long history lesson.
Don't hate, man. Don't hate.
But look, as y'all see, I'm changing my wardrobe, man, because on Monday, this is the O.T.S.B.S Show where we talk about the bullshniggity in sports. So we got a good show lined up, man. So if y'all got any comments, y'all definitely comment them, and we going to comment them back.
Yes, sir, man. Show love.
Man.
So what we got up first?
First off the bat, man, very similar to some folks this day and age. You got to do better. So this one involves a story. A runner from UCLA. It happened this year. It's a runner from UCLA. He was dismissed from the team because he used some racist, sexist, and homophobic language.
Don't say it on here.
I sure ain't gonna say it.
Look, we barely got Facebook back today, man. They gonna shut everything down.
Everybody was in jail today.
Lock up, don't let me.
So this runner, by the name of Chris Weiland, he was kicked off the team. He's on the cross country team as well as the track and field team because of a video that surfaced prior to him coming to the school, where allegedly he used some racist, sexist, and homophobic language. Now, in this video, I tried to find it so we can share it, but man, they done did a great job of scrubbing this video off the internets, man. I couldn't find it anywhere, but yeah, it was some very choice words. He was upset with somebody that I'm assuming he must have dated at one point in time. She decided that she wanted to date somebody from another ethnicity, and he showed the disapproval via the phone call as well as the text message. Now, that's that part of the story. Ain't too surprised. There's some jacked up people out there that think like that. But the part that surprised me is he originally was removed from the team, got brought back. Supposedly the head coach worked with him, but then once it got out, the video resurfaced and the word got out, he ultimately was kicked off the team. Reason why I'm gonna say that we got to do better, that coach knew that was a bad idea. He should have been held just as accountable as that guy was, because you can't support stuff like that. How y'all feeling about that?
You can't support stuff like that. We're talking about California, UCLA. We're not talking about Jackson State, like the community colleges. This guy's from Rancho Cucamonga. I don't know about that place. I didn't think that place was real. I just heard about it on Friday. So, yes, he should work with this kid. Yes, this kid deserves all opportunity he can, because guess what? He's probably used to getting it. So, he's just following suit. So, I don't blame the coach on that. I don't hold the coach accountable for that, because honestly, the kid was, he was pretty good. He had some stats, track and field, like you say. He came from, he was a letterman all 4 years in cross country and track and field in high school, voted most dependable senior of the year, received the coach's award his junior year. So, the kid's coachable. Or is it his parents got enough money to pay him out of all the scams he get out of? Right. So, we can't say it up here, but we're definitely totally against what he was saying. But it's a bullshit nigga, because the coach knew about it, everyone knew about it, because if she recorded it, he said it that way. I'm pretty sure the way he said it, you knew he said that before. What do you think about that? Huh?
Flowed right off his tongue.
Right. It's crazy.
And so eloquently.
So
I agree. Got to do better. He has to do better, and those words definitely out of bounds. I just read what he said, out of bounds, like from top to bottom. Like, I feel disrespected just reading this. Where's this dude at? But shout out. I agree with you on that point, Lee. I agree with you as well in terms of the coach. You know what I'm saying? And the opportunity, people give people second opportunities, and it could have been because he was a good athlete. You noted on that. His parents, what I'm saying, dabbling and paying the way, things like that, try to get it out the way. But, from USA Today article, it says that the UCLA Black Allegiance, kind of, put their foot down and was kind of in the help of, getting him out for good after it resurfaced. But they wanted him out already. And the coach basically, they went along with, athletes get the treatment.
Now talk about exactly like that thing right there, the athletes treatment. So that's what, outside from his parents' influence, because the kid goes to UCLA. So we know he is attached to money, period. And he has to come from a good home, because, they're not letting just anyone become a UCLA Bruin. So that whole athletic treatment leads also to one of the topics on our show. So, I'm being a bandsman. So every time people see me, they were like, "Oh, you dance with your heart in your hands." They want me to dance. I don't get this athletic treatment. So what do y'all think about that? You think like that was a part, that influenced this whole scandal? Because it went away, then it came back up.
Yep, it absolutely did because we all went to school. We know the sports that the guys get the praise and the love, and we know the activities in sports where people don't. Like you said, you drum and things like that. I love that. I love it. I love that, and everybody should be appreciated and valued. Just as much as a volleyball player. Volleyball players get all the love and stuff like that, and it just shows like where people's heads are at nowadays, and it is in the wrong place.
It's like a tickle me Elmo dog. You be like, you see a tickle me, like, tickle. You know what I'm saying? You want to tickle. That's what I'm saying. Like, you see someone in the band play drum, guess you like, oh, you want to make a dance time. Like, beat the drum, make me dance. Oh, you in the drum line. It's like, it's crazy, but yeah.
And I think that's the whole part that kind of caught me off. Like I say, if I was in the situation, coach knew about it, the first thing he should have did, if he's going to coach that young man, he should approach the team about it. Say, hey, this video surfaced. I want to get everybody's input on this because we are a team. Make him get up in the front and explain his actions to everybody. Let the team decide if he should be rehabilitated or not. Because those are the ones who got to be competing with him, teammates and things like that. Those are the ones that got to trust him in and outside of the locker room. So at the end of the day, I just felt like the only reason he did what he did because it resurfaced is almost like he got caught doing something he wasn't supposed to do.
Absolutely.
That part. Now I agree with you on that because one thing that I paid attention to that was said too in the article was that the coach tried to mentor him. How you mentor? Like, what did you do? So did you get caught saying some stuff too? You involved in some of this stuff too?
He's speaking from experience.
You put it in every mind. You popping bottles and hey, I don't know. Like that part that strikes me odd. Like you say, oh, now they found. Oh, I'm mentoring him. Okay, hey, you ain't got caught in the cookie jar. Now you want to break the cookie jar? Can't do that. So yeah. And in addition, what'd you say?
I'm gonna say it is what it is, and he made the ultimate decision.
Now, watch this. The bigger concern is how the school did not find out about this.
I know. Again, it was all just underneath, this behind the scene, like secret society type stuff.
Right, because I'll bet my top dollar the school knew all about it.
And UCLA ain't the same school that got that scandal with the admissions?
Yep, they were one. Yep.
Tell you this thing right here. Let me tell you this. It's crazy UCLA came up as our first topic today. Trevor Bauer, the pitcher that got paid last year from the Dodgers, can't play no more this season. I guess he got caught in a scandal with a female. He did some crazy stuff. Throughout his lifetime, he's kind of had like a screw missing, and I guess he was bullied as a kid. When he got into college, you know what I'm saying, there was people doubting him, talking, disrespecting him and this and that. And one of his teammates, which is a professional baseball player now, Garrett Cole, who played on the same team as him, had beef with him. So UCLA, I guess, has a string of having people around in their campus that ultimately don't like each other, which means it's always the top of the dollar. The dollar matters to them. They don't care if people are fighting over there on the streets. They don't care if somebody's throwing explicit language out here, talking. I don't even know.
We're talking about California. These kids, look, they learn how to file suit before they learn how to walk out there in California. I mean, come on now. Of course it's about money. Like this shit. This kid talking about got a lot. How old? 8 years? Man, come on. Yes, it's all about money out there. So I definitely agree money has something to do with that.
But we all agree that's definitely some bull sniggity.
Nigga, right.
All right, we're going to take our first break of the day. We're going to be back in about 15 Twinkies. Hold tight with your boys. Be right back.
Hey, what's going on, man? It's cornerback Delvin Breaux here from your favorite team, New Orleans Saints. I just want to go ahead on and give a shout out to STWF Media for allowing me to come on and talk about my testimony, my story, and also talk fantasy football. I just want to say thank you, man, for the honor. I appreciate you, man. Y'all make sure y'all tune in tonight at 7:30 Central Time. Bro Show out.
Just like that, fellas. We back at it like we
Damn.
mad at it.
Get it.
All right, next up. It's the gift that keeps giving. Buyer's remorse.
Wait,
So
what?
we got a little bit of a video to show here. Some of y'all might have heard the story, but we gonna do it anyways. It's your boy Urban Meyer.
Hey, oh no.
Get busy.
Yo, he turned. He turned. He whispered something to her ear.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh no. Oh no.
And for that very reason is why his bullcoin explanation, I can't buy it, man. So that's your boy Urban Meyer, the head coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars. First year head coach might it be. So yeah, he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
In the cookie jar, no, he got his hand caught squeezing that ass. Man, like up the skirt. You not see. You see one hand. The other hand was down here. Like, hey man, Urban Meyer is a player. Like
I give him that.
What?
I definitely give him that.
Busted. Busted.
But I mean, hey, this goes back. That's just regular Urban Meyer. I mean, because he's known for this is not his first scandal. This is not his first thing with women. And I mean, he's from Ohio, right. The freaking college of scandals. I mean, I think, like I said, I think this is his true form, Urban Meyer. And I think the Jacksonville Jaguars should find him a new coach.
Man, here's my thing. It was a very good game Thursday night when they played the Bengals. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. But the game and what I noticed Thursday night. What I noticed was there was a couple of instances on the sideline when he was down on his hands on his knees, looking at the ground, just like he's contemplating, why am I here? This is kind of some uncharted waters for him. You know, he's Utah, Florida, Ohio State. He used to getting the best of the best talent-wise and competing that way. But now, in NFL, you got a coach.
That's true.
You can't threaten dudes just because you the head coach. Well, you can't go to the league. They're already there. You can't threaten dudes with a lack of a scholarship. They got contracts.
That is true.
And other than a couple of rookies that came in, everybody has been in the NFL game longer than you have. So you got to kind of come in and learn. So he probably ain't think this is what he signed up for, and then this pops off. I'll be surprised if he comes back next year, to be honest. Because he's known to run away.
Now, that is true. Now, I got a different look when he was on the sideline doing that. I was like, thinking like, damn, they caught me. That's the look. Now that I circle back and I really see what the heck going on, it was like, are they really going to release that video? Damn, they caught me. That's what it was looking like. Now, he's been making crazy decisions since he got in, since he became a head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Like, why would you bring Tim Tebow in as a tight end? He's never played tight end before. Strike number one. Never. Then I think he had either a player or a coach on his staff that he had to get rid of because of some, inappropriate behavior. Inappropriate behavior. So
this year, or you talking about in Ohio State?
No, at the Jags.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that's the second time he's had to do something like that.
Yes. So this is what he's doing. I mean, he's constantly making mistakes with an organization that's really trying to, that's trying to become an international brand. That's what because the owner of the Jacksonville Jags, the same owner as the APW. So I mean, he's definitely trying to be an international entity. So I don't get it. I think it's just a matter of time before they find themselves a new coach.
This is the same dude. For those that, everybody probably know, but for those who might be chiming in watching us, He's just the dude that was the head coach of Anthony Hernandez. Back in 2010, he had to walk away from that program. Talking about Florida, because you got players getting paid, and everybody gets paid, but it was coming out. No control within the program, drug problems. They had more than 30 players arrested in 6 seasons.
Yeah.
At Ohio State, one of his assistant coaches got in trouble for domestic violence, assaulting his wife. It kind of looked like a cover-up happened with that, similar to the UCLA type of thing. But still, his name was on that. Now you got this that just surfaced. It just seemed like trouble just kind of finds this guy.
Exactly. I mean, you got to think. I mean, maybe he creates the trouble. I mean, because everything it is, like, he's the head coach, so he's always sitting at the top. It's a difference if he's the assistant coach. So that means, you know what, he's just a passenger. But this is the vehicle that he's creating. And, you know, and he's doing it at all different levels. I mean, bro, these guys are 0-4. This is the best I've ever seen Trevor Lawrence play this entire season. And it has to be overshadowed with this whole alleged scandal with the coach. He's being a distraction. It's time for him to go. That's crazy. I thought, look, I was done with Trevor Lawrence. I had then traded him, and now I see him have the best game of the season. I was hot.
So this is the same coach that hid drug tests at Florida. This is the same coach that said that respecting women was his #1 priority, but he allowed Carlos Hyde to come back after a 3-game suspension when there's video surveillance of him slapping a woman at a bar. This same coach who they say did nothing after Percy Harvin attacked one of the assistant coaches at Florida. So, again, I'd be surprised if he come back next year, man. And I'm so glad because it was so much hoopla amongst Cowboys fans. I love y'all, but we can be the worst. But a lot of y'all was upset that we didn't go after Urban Meyer. Now you see why.
Oh, man, Urban. Herb, man. I'm going to be real with y'all. He Paul Pierce this. Real talk.
What happened? What you talking about?
He Paul Pierce this. When Lee said that, you know, and I watched that during the game too, where he was just sitting down there like, you know, I'm just trying to get through with this game kind of thing. Jacksonville lost that game the other night. They lost that game the other night. As much as Trevor Lawrence played and they balled, ultimately they lost that game. So regardless of if they're trying to move up or be international, to Urban, it's like they're not going nowhere. So then, to your point, he starts thinking about himself. You know, he goes out, you know, in the college atmosphere when you know a million phones out, you grabbing some young tang. You know what I'm saying? Wifey don't like that. Wifey ain't playing that. He ultimately, I say Paul pissed himself out because I think he wanted this to happen. And it's already happened multiple times. And then his apology. Well, you know, I apologize. I'm sorry. You know?
Talking about that.
Back to the ranks. He wants to go back to college, probably, because he can't handle the NFL. We know he couldn't handle the NFL. So when he came back, I'm saying, like, why would you even go about that? The Kongs are smarter than that. And they hired Urban Meyer. You was better off, hey, they perform AEW. You was better off getting John Moxley to perform the job that Urban Meyer is doing. He would have did a better job. He would have had the players more engaged and more hardcore. Because Urban Meyer ain't it. He doesn't fit the culture of Jacksonville, whatever culture they're trying to establish. They shouldn't be establishing it with him, a guy, he's been in Florida before, he coached there. Mm-hmm. Tabloids and newspapers every day about him, every week. Gators.
Yeah, right. They're right there. So, I mean, you got to know, I think his influence, just like with Tim Tebow, I think that's what got him in this position because he's getting paid a lot of money. So I'm pretty sure they did a background check, they did a personal check, they did a reference check. So the Cons, they had to know what they were getting into. Just like you said, Coach Lee, it's funny. Dallas Cowboys, y'all players are being scandals, but y'all ain't playing with y'all coaches. I don't know too many coaches that got into a scandal. So, Jerry Jones got out of that. He knew that. So the Cons, I think that, they had an idea that this was coming. They knew what was, to potentially happen. But now they got to cut ties because before they tarnish that Jacksonville Jaguars and they become like the Washington football team. Hey, I just got me a touchdown to Herbert. I need some points out here tonight.
Herbert, shout out to Herbert.
Now his salary, like you said, they did their due diligence on his contract. I haven't been able to find the exact specifics of what he makes, but the rumor was he was asking for $12 million per year.
Whoa,
that's crazy. But let's slide back a little bit. It was mentioned about background checks. I'm gonna be real with you, and I'll say it's right on the show. I don't care. Anybody watching, hear me and quote me. If Urban Meyer was black, that Corey would have been checked, and Urban would have never got a job. There was no background checks at all with Urban.
There was a background check.
No, there's no background checks. We have a Rooney Rule. There's a Rooney Rule in the NFL. So regardless, they're gonna hire white men. He was a college man in the ranks, and they're gonna try to bring a college man up. That's why he got the job. They wasn't checking nothing. He was on that list. They wasn't checking nothing about him because all is past history. We all know this already. It's privilege. Back to what we say, it's privileged white guy. If he was a black man, he wouldn't have got. And he got those scandals, he wouldn't have got hired.
All right, so to your point, if he was a black man, he would not be Urban Meyer. So, it can be cup half full, cup half empty.
You said in terms of Corey checks and stuff, he's not getting a Corey check. He's not getting nothing.
Corey check? What's a Corey check? What's a Corey check? What's a Corey? I don't know what that is.
No, you're saying that he got a background check. That's a Corey. A background check's a Corey. That's what we call it.
I don't know what you're saying, but
you said a background check. You said he got a background check. They're not doing a background check.
You got to do that to make that type of money. You're not just entering in no facility and there's no background check on you.
And we just mentioned
because if you're making that type of money, they got to make sure that you don't owe people to whereas you can get bought out because they got scandals in there.
If we just mentioned everything that he's gone through in the last 10, 15 years, you telling me they really did a background check on him?
Yeah.
You got athletes killing themselves.
Okay, because you can get a federal job and still have a background. What did he get convicted of? What did the NCAA act on him on?
What I'm saying to you is, if he was a black man and he would have got into any scandals at any of these colleges, he would have not got hired. And I say it on the air.
From Texas Longhorns, they got the black guy there strong.
Who? It's Texas. Like you said, Cali is Texas.
You can't switch the narrative up though. You can't switch the narrative.
How? It's Texas.
He had a scandal in Louisville, and I'm just saying. You can't switch. You can't switch it up.
Who?
I just said it.
Charlie Strong.
Every big university college deals with scandals. We're not going to sit here and say that with all big colleges don't deal with scandals.
To your point, you saying that he would have got convicted, right? That's what I'm saying. He wouldn't have gotten a job.
Based on the NFL Rooney Rule, you're talking about college. I said the NFL Rooney Rule. If the NFL Rooney Rule, if a black man was going in that position as an NFL head coach, and they did a background check on him, he wouldn't have got a job. Urban Meyer.
But you said he already had a job, but everything Urban Meyer is coming from NCAA. That's why I'm bringing that up. His background is in NCAA.
Exactly my point. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the NCAA. I'm talking about NFL.
Right, but so how any of that's going to apply? That's what I'm saying. How is any of that going to apply?
Because the NFL coach. He got hired as the NFL coach.
But I'm saying my point is you said all of this stuff that he has on his record is in the NCAA. That's what I'm saying. So they know about it. It's there. They did a check. But how is that going to be withheld and held against him in the NFL? It's
What
two
I'm
different
saying
entities,
is,
two
if
different
he was a
sanctions.
black man, that would have been held against him, and we know that. We know that. We know that. It's the Rooney Rule. That's why the Rooney Rules are made now for that reason.
Rules are made to protect, but you got a point there.
That's all I'm saying. Urban Meyer has been dealing with the rope forever. If Jacksonville keeps him, if they keep him, listen. And it's not even about the wife thing, no Bo. That his personal business, his wife, he has to deal with that at the crib. But I know even if they fire him,
shield.
Either. I'm not gonna want to deal with wifey. You know what I'm saying? Want to be at the. We don't even know how wifey is. You know, she seen Kyle cool.
She's probably more solid than him because she's been dealing with this. She's been by his side because once again, when you get at that level, they look at your family structure. As long as the wife stand by his side, he's gonna be okay. If she leaves,
she probably got a side piece herself.
Thank you.
And I won't be surprised if it might be some old crazy stuff like an ex-player of his.
Entanglement. Who's that Will Jada? Entanglement.
So within the last 4 hours, 2 ESPN analysts have already called for Urban Meyer to be fired. So this ain't going away no time soon.
Right, because you know why? Because they're going to make it about a white black thing. That's why they got a piece of meat and they're going to chew it.
Yep, chew that shit off the bone.
Dog. Because at the end of the day, what did he do wrong besides become a distraction?
That's it. But as a head coach, he should never ever been in a position where he takes the focus off what the team is doing.
He cheated on his wife on camera.
But I mean, at the end of the day, he still has an excuse. That's all I'm saying. Yes, all of that's out there, but you don't know the steps that led up to that.
He's a 70-year-old man in the 18-year-old club.
With his granddaughter, with his grandkids, like he said.
Hold on. No. I'm gonna be real. I'm not chilling with I'm not being in no atmosphere with nobody's my grandkids. I ain't being in the same atmosphere as grandkids. Family reunions. I ain't being at no shavu, no club, no skating rink. I ain't kicking in with my grandkids. He knew better. He crazy. He tried to take some tail. I ain't mad at you, Urban. I ain't mad at you trying to chase no tail. But I ain't saying cheat on your wife. But damn, on camera, where a whole bunch of young people are at with phones.
But once again, people with money, look, that could be a setup. All thing I'm saying is there's a million different ways to spin it.
Nah, he's Urban Meyer. He's in there. He don't care what's going on. That's what happened. Everybody knows who he is. His name rang bells.
That's true. Especially in
Jacksonville.
Right. You know how Jacksonville.
Did you just say that too?
Little Duval, and that's it.
But we shall see. We shall see. But hey, I know we normally do 3 segments, but we're going to roll right to this next one because there's not too many details on it before we end tonight's show. So with the next one, fellas, we have Washington football team. They got some woes going on. Mm-hmm. This involves this gentleman. He's the head trainer, Ryan Vermillion. He's been a confidant of Ron Rivera for quite some time. He spent 18 years as the head trainer for Carolina, and he also got the Fane Kane Memorial Award, which is given to the most outstanding NFL trainer of the year. He won that back in 2016. As we were talking, pre-show meeting, what's weird about this is not too many details out about it right now. They said it doesn't involve the football team, but why would you arrest him at work?
Because he owed arrears on his child support, man. Come on now. Hey, you got it. They can't try to make an example out of him. But seriously, federal probe.
That's why. No matter where you at, you could be in the sky. They're coming.
Right. And that's why everyone should be concerned. Because at the end of the day, feds, the only time they get involved is when something happens at a federal building, at a federal level. That's it.
Yep.
Whatever happened is beyond and bigger than the Washington football team. You know, bigger than all of that. So, and it has to do, you know, and I'm thinking it probably with some money because there's nothing else that can be involved.
So this happened last week. So, but it didn't break until today. They also searched the INOVA Sports Performance Center in Ashburn, Virginia, and at a home in Loudoun County. So they got his residence, his business, and his workplace. There's something pretty big. They hit all three places.
Racketeering, that's what that is. You heard it here. That boy get popped for racketeering. That boy got something somewhere.
They looking
if
for
they
guns.
hitting all three places like that.
They looking for guns.
Performance enhancing. You might have access to certain drugs.
They looking for work. Chase Young, test him right now. I knew Chase Young, something was wrong with him. Test him. No wonder why Washington look a little flazy this year. That's why I look a little flazy this year. You know what I'm saying? Because steroids, they were taking drugs. This is why the Cowboys lost to them twice by 40 last year. We lost to them 14 by 40 twice last year because they were steroid up. I knew Barry Bonds was somewhere out here. They were steroid up.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
In Virginia, too. What a bad place to have that raid at.
So that's a developing story. Like I say, we just gonna follow that. Hopefully got more details on it. But Washington football team, y'all on the clock, man. Y'all are unraveling before our eyes.
Oh.
Or it might just be they're getting a bigger audience to to beat up on the NFC Eastern. We'll see.
You want that to happen.
We got
Don't y'all still gotta play them?
This week. Look, just like we gonna slide in just like we did with the Packers while they distracted. We came in like that. Came in with Patriots while they focused on Tom Brady. So hey, we gonna slide in there too.
Washington had a hell of a game the other day. That was a good comeback game yesterday against Atlanta.
We gonna see, man. Who gonna do shout outs first tonight? Don't be scared.
I want to give a shout out. I'm going to give this shout out, man. I'm going to give a shout out to Jerry Jones, man. Jerry, keep humble. We rumbling, man. I told y'all a few weeks ago, 1, 2, 3 straight wins. Get a rhythm of winning. You know what I'm saying? And remain humble. But you have to sustain wins in months like September because you know October gets cold. November gets cold. December, you know what I'm saying, gets crucial. You want to have those wins in your pocket right now. You know what I'm saying? And if you got to adjust your team throughout the season, adjust your team. Overall, shout out to my Cowboys. You know why? Because the defense, we getting picks, we getting sacks, we making moves out here. Diggs is what we've been looking for the last 20 years. I got a birthday gift in September. Hopefully, I keep it in October, November, December. And I want to give a shout out to Jameis Winston because it wasn't his fault they lost yesterday. It was Alvin Kamara's fault they lost yesterday. You cannot be arguing with the coach on the sideline that takes the confidence out of the team.
Yep.
Takes the mental out of the team and Jameis Winston because now Jameis Winston is looking at y'all and now he's flustered because now he sees an unhappy house. You have to keep the house happy for Jameis. If the house is not happy, then Taysom Hill's going to be playing stepdad. And you don't want Taysom Hill playing stepdad. You know why?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Put him in the game, coach.
He's overrated.
I'm waiting for him. So
that's all tonight.
Hey,
that was a good
shout
one,
out
too.
to you for giving a shout out to Jameis Winston and and his weird antics and showing how mentally unstable he is and that we can win with big play tape. That's what I put in the group. I'm like, hey, we got 2 touchdowns because everyone like, oh, Jameis Winston throwing all these stupid stats that didn't matter. Oh, we got 5,000 yards, but he lost the game. So shout out to you on that. I appreciate you.
I had a running back playing quarterback. Y'all never gonna
see my point, huh?
Y'all had a running back playing quarterback yesterday. Never gonna win like that.
And y'all haven't won a championship game in how long? We even got
hold on. But we talk about you want to talk about production. look at the stats of production from Pollard, Zeke.
Here we go.
Running the
Here we
football.
go to the Dallas Cowboys fan. Here we go, statistician. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me get my pillow.
We ain't got to do that. All we got to do is just point at the scoreboard for right now. We talking about.
Thank you. That's all I want here, goddamn. Thank you.
Really, no.
Hey, look, shout out to you, man. You know, appreciate you. Shout out to you, Coach Lee. Shout out to everybody, man. It's a good week. We're gonna start off on a good note. Keep this thing rolling. You know what I'm saying? It's football. I gotta go check on my lineup. But
I only got 38 points in the junior league, dog. That's an embarrassment, bro.
But hey, we appreciate y'all hopping in here with us. What's tomorrow,
People in the milk pond this week.
Taco
Tuesday tomorrow.
Man, make sure y'all up in here tomorrow. Like, comment, subscribe.
We
gonna be chill. Cowboy Nation, y'all chill, man. We ain't been in this area in a while. Stay humble.
Who that? Cowboys. We them Cowboys.
With that being said, man, as always, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Get in there, join the group, like, comment, subscribe, holla at your boys at the end of the day. Other than that, peace up out this bad boy.